So it's the 6th of October, it's 9:25 on a Sunday morning. We're in Richmond Park. John's going to be cycling probably 30 or 40 miles today, and I've just joined him for a little jaunt around the park. And we're 4 weeks away from going out to Malaysia.
4 weeks, oh my God.
And we're starting to talk about routes and making sure that we can get the best out of each day. And so we're not going to be cycling too much on main roads with lots of commercial traffic on them. So we're starting to do more prep work for the routes on a daily basis, which is going to be interesting. There's some lovely places to go to, hilly places, mountainous places in the centre of the spine of Malaysia that we want to allow the cyclists to explore and test their abilities on. And it's something that John absolutely loves to do. So it's interesting in the prep work that has to be done as much as actually the delivery of it, to make sure that we're getting the best out of the cyclists.
You see, the problem with me is that I've got no idea of planning routes. I just go and just get on my bike and go. So to have somebody actually say, right, today we're going from A to B is a good idea. Because I've got enough to think about as it is, you know. So for somebody else to plan the route, because every morning we sit down at breakfast and say, right, this is the trip, this is where we're going today, this is where we're going to stop, this is what we're going to do, this is the hills we're climbing, and then you're prepared for it. But if I was to try and do that now, you know, you've got so much organising to do otherwise, you know, and so much I've got to do with my DBS and my back and my, you know, and preparation work. I'll forget it all. I wouldn't do it, you know. So to have somebody on board actually planning the route is a good idea. Good for me anyway.
Well, we learned that from China. You know, the first day was coming out of Kunming, and it's a big city in southwest China, and we spent quite a bit of time just getting out of the city.
Yeah. And
then we hit some very busy A roads which were congested with commercial traffic because the commercial traffic didn't want to use the motorways, because on the motorways they've got to pay a toll, and they don't like paying tolls, so they don't use the motorways, they use the roads that John and Sang are cycling on.
Dreadful.
It was all horrible. Lots of
dreadful.
Dust, lots of noise, lots of fumes. So that's why, in order to make sure that's not going to happen this time, if necessary, there's going to be a little bit of transit at the beginning of the day to get us onto the roads that are going to be the best to cycle. The distances will still be done. It's just a matter of that we're going to get the right hills, the right elevations, and the right small amount of traffic that won't get in the way of the cycle.
Well, I think between the three of you, the driver who actually knows I've been told, who actually knows the area, who's been there before, done tours down there before. That's what Sang tells me he is. So between him, Sang, and yourself, I think we're in for a good ride.
Yeah, I think so.
So it doesn't need me.
No, just all we want you to do is just pedal lots.
Yeah. Lots of it.
Lots of pedaling, and therefore you're going to have a much more enjoyable experience than we had on certain days in China. I mean, there were certain days in China, of course, because so many of the roads were closed because of landslides, that we ended up going places that we hadn't expected to go to, and we just had a ball. We went to places that were completely off this earth.
I hope we'd have the same in Malaysia.
So what else do you have to get between now and Malaysia to
I've virtually got everything now. I've got, the only thing now is just for my insurance. Just for travel insurance, and then I'm done. I'm ready. And just me next. On the 24th of this month, I'm going to have my injections in my back. So
that's definite, is it? That's booked.
Definite.
Brilliant.
Definite, 100%. Excellent. I'm there. I'm booked in.
And what do those injections do for you?
They numb my back because, you know, the pain in my back is just unbearable, because I have 7 discs in my lower back that are fused, and they're all sort of no spongy bits left in them, so they're all rubbing on my lower back. So I have pain-killing injections, and it numbed my back for about 6 months. So they are a must-have, you know. And they give me a new lease of life. You know, without them I couldn't do anything, as you know.
Yeah. Well, that's really nice to know that's going to happen, because otherwise you
I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go.
I wouldn't go.
It can't happen.
You know, and that's what's put back my training a little bit this year as well, because the timed injections, you know, they have to be at a particular time every 6 months, and the last lot of injections, they were 8 weeks late, you know, in funding it and getting them in, and I went down bad. I couldn't move for nearly 3 weeks. I was in so much pain, but they managed to do it. We made lots of fuss, lots of complaining, and now, hopefully, touch wood, can't touch that anymore. They're gonna
Short it.
Yeah, every 6 months.
Yeah, on the nail.
Yeah. So I have to, for top part is, you know, back and shoulders and arms. Got to do it, because it'll, that amount of time on a bike leaning forward like that, it's not, you know, if you're not, you start getting backache and shoulder ache. I don't want that to happen. I've learned my lesson from Thailand and Burma. A lot happened in Thailand and Burma.
They put pressure on the back.
Well, pressure on the back. I didn't prepare my bottom properly. I didn't. I suffered big time. And Sang suffers. You know, we didn't take the right creams and that with us. And I was literally blisters on my bum. I was so sore, so bad. I was glad to finish. So that won't happen this year. Well, it didn't happen last year when we went to China. We didn't do anything last year, did we?
No, because of your deep brain stimulation surgery was pending, and therefore nothing could be planned. We were waiting for a date, remember?
Yeah.
It was going to take place any time from August onwards, and in the end it took place in the first week of December. What about prep for the DBS, in the sense of, is there anything else that needs to be done on that, or is that no more visits?
No, I went last week. She's done what she can at the moment. There is, Francesca was telling me, she's the doctor I'm under. She's an absolutely amazing lady. She tells me there is something she wants to work on, but not until after my trip, because it might have a knock-on effect.
Okay.
So she wants me fit, ready for the bike ride. When I come back, my next appointment with her is on the 3rd of December. So virtually a week after I come back, I go back to see her, and then more work. We're going to be, because at the moment she stopped my tremors, fantastic, but my legs and balance at the moment are really, really bad.
That's interesting, because when we last met, it was on Tuesday, I think it was, and your right hand was trembling quite a bit when we filmed.
Because I went to see her on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And she turned down my stimulator.
Yeah.
To 3.6. So I texted her on Wednesday, and I said to her, look, you know, this is really not on. It's not good. On Thursday. I said I'm really feeling grotty and bad, and she said, we'll turn it back up again. So now I'm being put back. I'm on my handpiece, my remote control. I put it back up to 4.2. 4.2 stopped it straight away.
Do you carry your handpiece with you wherever you go?
No.
You don't need to?
Don't need to.
Okay.
I'll have to take it to Malaysia.
Malaysia, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Because that's another job of yours to remind me when
and make sure it's charged up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll be cycling along and all of a sudden I go... yeah, is there? No, I asked her, I said to her, how would I know when if the battery is not charged up? She said, don't worry, you'll know.
It would just freeze.
Well, not freeze, but my tremors would
come back. Yeah,
just too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, I think, and hopefully, we're ready.
Okay, so the actual drugs that you're going to take with you, you've already got, or you will get?
No, they're all back. They're all put away in their containers. I've got to take 4 weeks worth with me. They're all put in their little containers, and I have to take proof that I'm carrying that amount with my prescriptions. I have to take a copy of my prescriptions to make sure that they're all there with me. I have to show this is at the borders just in case. I might have to show my insurance, especially when you've got something like Parkinson's. They want to make sure that you're entering their country and you're sort of not dependent on them. They're not going to cost. It's not going to cost them anything.
Yeah.
So apart from that, I think I'm ready.
Great, fantastic, John. Thanks, mate. It's all good to know. Okay, we're going to enjoy the rest of the cycle ride now.